Hello and welcome to Vietnam Journal, our daily English news bulletin on NetViet VTC 10. I'm Ngọc Ánh speaking from Hanoi. Every day we'll bring you comprehensive and up-to-date information about Vietnam and following our major stories on Saturday. Vietnam and Japan signed $1.64 billion ODA agreement. Vietnam attends Carnival Blois in France. And a Polish man learns how to make Vietnamese incense. Japan has committed some $1.64 billion in official development assistance or ODA for Vietnam in the second phase of fiscal year 2011. The credit agreement was signed in Hanoi on Friday.
The ODA loan aims to help Vietnam implement 8 socio-economic infrastructure development projects. The aid also supports Vietnam in protecting the environment, preventing disasters, and reducing poverty. This loan raised the total committed ODA of Japan from Vietnam to 208 billion yen in the fiscal year of 2011, the highest level so far. Despite the efforts to rebuild the country after the earthquake and the tsunami disaster in March last year, Japan still increased the ODA for Vietnam. 2012 marks the 20th anniversary that Japan resumed ODA for Vietnam.
A seminar on water and energy-saving solutions for the hotel sector has recently taken place in Hanoi. The event was part of MIDBI's project, which is funded by the European Union to promote energy efficiency through business innovation support in Vietnam.
At the seminar, environmental experts and representatives performing in the field of tourism and hotels exchanged their views on energy and water consumption efficiently in hotels. Under this, there are many green and modern solutions to water saving for the hotels, such as testing and routine maintenance of pipelines and controlling water flow capacity through the water and pump system pressures regulator. Many products with new technology on saving energy and water were also exhibited at the seminar. Through this seminar, businesses have the opportunity to learn about and obtain access to safety and eco-products. It creates favorable conditions for sustainable development and improves competitiveness for tourism enterprises.
And following is some other economic news in brief.
This Thursday, the World Bank in Vietnam hosted a program for Vietnamese and international banking experts and managers to share knowledge of human-centered development, or open development. Participants heard the introduction for policies for accessing information, which represent a basic change in the method of releasing banking information, the open sources of data, finance, geographic maps, information, and other open tools are among World Bank's efforts to make information more public and transparent.
The EU will commit 754 million euros of non-refundable aid to Vietnam in 2012. European Commissioner for Development Andris Piebalgs made the announcement during a 2-day visit to Vietnam. He said cooperation would be further promoted during the 2014-2020 period through other kinds of support.
On March 28th, Vietnam State Bank assigned Bank for Investment and Development of Vietnam, or BIDV, to execute a $24.8 million project financed by the Asian Development Bank, or ADB. This is an additional loan for the Poverty Reduction Program 5, funded by ADB, under a loan agreement assigned between Vietnam and ADB on January 17, 2012.
Vietnam Association of Architects and the British Embassy in Vietnam co-organized a seminar on Sustainable Design and Architecture 2012 in Ho Chi Minh City on Thursday. Many expert architects from Vietnam, the UK and other countries attended the seminar to share experiences and knowledge about sustainable policies to develop architecture and design. An international exhibition on green architecture and design is also being held in Ho Chi Minh City on this occasion.
Asia's largest food and drink exhibitions will take place in Singapore this April. The events attract the participation of 2,600 exhibitors from 65 countries and territories, including Vietnam. Our NetViet VTC 10 reporter had a conversation with Mr. Stephen Tan, Chief Executive of Singapore Exhibition Services Company, about the event.
Mr. Stephen Tan, thanks very much for joining our talk today. Could you provide some more details about the Food and Hotel Asia 2012 and the Wine and Spirit 2012?
The event has been Asia's largest food and hospitality event for a long time. In April, the event will occupy 92,000 square meters of exhibition space. That will make it the largest in Asia. And we will be having something like 2,600 exhibiting companies from a total of 65 countries.
Could you evaluate the potentiality of the food and hospitality industry in Asia?
The event serves two areas. On the area of food and drinks, it's very related to population. And the Asian population has never stopped growing. So from that point of view, there's a need for always looking out for new supply for food and drink, new manufacturing processes. The other section on the hospitality services, which relates to the numbers of cafes, restaurants, hotels, resorts and the likes of it. And in Asia, more and more countries are getting richer. The demographics of people earning more is going up, wanting more of lifestyle, and with lifestyle comes the demand for more hospitality services.
What are the opportunities that Vietnamese enterprise could have when they participate in the Food and Hotel Asia 2012 and the Wine and Spirit 2012 in Asia?
We have a total of 29 Vietnamese companies who will be exhibiting at the show. The opportunities for them are many. The opportunities would not just confine to selling their products to new sources. Besides that, they will be exposed to a total of about, we expect about 55,000 professionals and business in the industry to be present. So from that point of view, the Vietnamese exhibitors will also be exposed to possible new joint ventures to become an agent importing something that is not in Vietnam as yet today. There's also the joint venture of possibly supplying through new marketplace outside of Vietnam into the rest of Asia, Europe, America. So the opportunities are plentiful, and it is not just for the Vietnamese exhibitors. It is opportunities for Vietnamese visitors to the show because they can always find new business opportunities.
Mr. Stephen Tan, thanks very much for joining our talk today, and we hope to see you in the future.
Vietnam Journal. It's not just news, it's life in Vietnam.
Welcome back to our news bulletin. About 100 Vietnamese students and Vietnamese French residents have joined the Carnival Blois 2012 in France. They performed the Vietnamese traditional lion dances with the theme Vietnam Spring.
The Vietnamese participants performed dragon dances popular during traditional Tết festivals in Vietnam. This performance will help international friends, including French citizens, to feel Vietnam's spring atmosphere and experience a traditional Tết atmosphere. Held in spring, the Carnival Blois 2012 is a major event of Blois City, about 250 kilometers south of Paris. This year's festival also drew the participation of art troupes from around France.
The British TNT Theatre will perform a stage production of Charles Dickens' Oliver Twist in Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City and Da Nang from May the 2nd to the 13th. The performance is jointly held by Vietnam's Performing Arts Center and the American drama group Europe.
Known as the first modern novel, the drama Oliver Twist deals with the ties between poverty and crime. Most of its main characters, Faison, Bill, Nancy, and Artful Dodger could be compared with other characters of William Shakespeare. Although it was written more than 160 years ago, the social issues in the story remain compatible with present-day circumstances. Last year, the theatre group presented the classic Shakespearean tragedy, Macbeth, drawing attention from Vietnamese audiences.
Burning incense to worship ancestors is a solemn tradition in some Asian countries. Many European visitors, including a Polish man named Ade, are eager to learn about the tradition and how to make incense in Vietnam.
This Polish man had an unforgettable experience when he visited one of the traditional incense workshops in Thái Bình province in northern Vietnam. Fond of Vietnam for many years, the culture of this country attracts Adi in a mysterious way.
Chào chú ạ.
Vâng, chào vâng, mời
có thể dẫn cháu đi làm hương không?
đi. Thế cháu mình đi dưới này làm xem hương nhang như thế nào.
Phải ngoan chứ. Đặc biệt là ở
The process of producing incense involves many steps in which Adi directly took part today. That's one of the trades which Adi had never seen before back in Poland. The raw materials used here are also very sophisticated. Plants picked during the spring having a lot of essential oils in order to create the best natural incense.
See? That's normal cinnamon.
Rắc vào đây
I can eat it.
để cho nó vừa.
Thì phải để nó ở trên cây này.
Để rắc đều như thế nào.
Nhưng mà cây này của cháu thì linh tinh lắm.
Không sao cả. Đây nhá, cứ để riêng cái đầu này ra thôi.
Vâng.
Còn ta lại cứ rắc lên đây, không sao cả. Vì cái bột quế.
That's a very complicated step. Producing the raw incense is not easy at all. If they are not rolled steadily, they'll break, and one will have to start from the beginning again. The small incense takes 9 tons, while the big one takes 15 tons. Adi noticed that this kind of work makes a person patient, meticulous, and work with all his heart.
Đấy, đây là một vòng hương. Mà nếu người ta thích lộn vòng, đấy, thích lộn vòng thì ta lại úp cái này vào. Đấy, lại úp cái này vào. Cái vòng này sang đây. Thì thực tế cái hương này đấy là đây anh cầm đây.
These are the unforgettable moments for Adi, really calm and peaceful. Vietnamese culture makes him always want to explore it, especially to learn about the beautiful things of the Vietnamese spiritual life.
Well, the story about the Polish man learning how to make Vietnamese incense has wrapped up our news bulletin today. For comments and feedbacks, please send us an email to netvietdaily@gmail.com. Thank you so much for watching. We wish you a happy weekend and see you again tomorrow.